following views are those of the host and not those of Clear Channel Broadcasting licenses. Welcome to the Know Nothing Show with Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman, who've been in the legal profession for over 30 years and now want to share their experience and knowledge with you. Hey, maybe they do know a little something. You can join Alan and Rich by calling in toll-free 1-800-889-0267 or watch them on elkinsandfriedman.com on Friday nights. Now your hosts for the next hour, Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman.
Hey now everybody, and a good evening. Today is, for the next couple of hours anyway, the last day of February 28, 2014. And I am here for the Know Nothing Show with my lovely co-host. Take it away, lovely Nicole.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
Good, how are you?
Here we go, another show. You know, there seems to be somebody missing here. And who would that be? That'd be Mr. Friedman.
The other part of your show. I guess I'm the other part of the show now.
You are the other part of the show. And, you know, it's interesting, Freddie, if you can put the camera back to me for just a second. You know, I told the lovely Nicole that I have a headache, and she's Johnny on the spot and had some Tylenol. The thing is, for the last about 6-7 minutes, we've been trying to open up this stinking little package. Couldn't do it. But the truth is, our lovely assistant producer, Linda, just tore it open with her teeth.
Awesome.
Now, I know
Linda.
Linda's been sick. Linda, you're not so sick that I'm going to get your germs from tearing this open with your teeth.
Just hold it at the bottom.
Really? All right, I'll try not to get your saliva on it. So, as always, I'm here. Nicole's here on time. Mr. Friedman should come running in probably about the second commercial break, which will be 5:30. We're here with Freddie, our producer. How are you tonight, sir?
Good.
All right, good. All right, short and to the point, good. And our trusty Lynn, the board op, is always here on time, aren't you, Lynn?
Yes, I get here early.
Anything new in your life tonight, Lynn?
No, just been working all day. So
I saw there's a lot of food outside there. Somebody have a party?
They had a concert in the iHeart Theater this afternoon.
Really? Anybody we might have heard of?
He used to be with the band Live.
Yeah.
Oh, I know him, Chad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Lovely Nicole actually knows who Chad is?
Yeah. Well, my friend's Carmen, the one that does the Yip TV.
Yeah.
They're doing like a deal with him. He's going to have, I think, his own station.
Well, that's interesting. So let me ask you. So this guy comes in and does a performance for who?
Yeah,
for station people?
Yeah, and then they have some people that might have won to come into the theater through the Gator or Wild, and they came in and he sang 3 or 4 songs and acoustically, and then they had food for everybody.
So who actually springs for the food? I saw some pasta out there, a little salad.
I'm sure. I guess it's Clear Channel. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. So anybody in the neighborhood wants some free eats. They've been sitting up there a while, but what
There
the
isn't
heck?
anything left.
Is that right? You already hit it, Freddie? It's
There's
gone?
nothing there. There's a little bit of salad. That's it.
Yeah, right. You're right. Who needs the rabbit food?
Of course you checked him.
Yeah, listen, we were supposed to have a special guest, and I'm not talking about Bambi the Burlesque Queen. I talked to Bambi again today. I've called her the last 3 weeks, and this woman has more bad luck than, I don't know, a guy, I guess, without any money in a whorehouse. But she's had such bad luck, she can't be here again because a friend of hers' mother has brain cancer, and she's been taking care of this woman.
Sad.
So it is, and I'm starting to think about it, Nicole. I don't think I want her here because the week before, her doctor died, and things come in like threes. So I'm thinking.
It comes in
Like
threes.
get a
I know.
life insurance policy
So,
quickly.
so Bambi, I know, stay the hell away. I mean,
No.
you're a great guest, and believe me if I can't say hell, stay the heck away. But she's a very nice lady. Maybe one day she will be here. And then the lovely Nicole found somebody to come on our show. And what was her name, Nicole?
Charnel.
Charnel. And why was Charnel invited to come here?
Charnel's a tattoo model.
She's a tattoo model,
Yeah.
so we would have seen some interesting tattoo modeling.
Yes. She's got gorgeous tattoos all over her body,
It is
just about everywhere.
the full deal.
Yeah, and she's a model for Tattoo Mania is coming up in May at the Convention Center in West Palm.
Well, as a matter of fact, we were going to go ahead and we were going to plug her. I had some information about the show, and I guess we can plug the show anyway. And
Yeah,
if
why
your
not?
friend's around, I suppose she could call in if she's not too drunk right now.
They're at a bar, yeah.
They're at a
probably
bar.
tying one on.
Probably. Now, there's something called Tattoo Mania Expo, and it takes place from May 23rd through the 25th at the Palm Beach County Convention Center. And this is probably a pretty big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, from what I hear, it's going to be big, huge. They're going to have a big billboard up right on 95 in Okeechobee pretty soon, and a lot of advertisers, a lot of people promoting it. And they're doing some charity event to benefit autism.
Actually, they are raising money. What it says here, there's not only tattooing, but there's body modification, permanent cosmetics, laser removal, as well as the newest trends in art, music, and fashion. So it's a 3-day show. Now, let me ask you, because of the biz that you're in, what exactly is body modification?
That I was going to ask you, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like kind of plastic surgery or something.
I don't know. Is it
You
possible?
modify your body.
Well, I was going to say, because
I don't know.
Nicole
You get
is
3 nipples.
certified terrorist.
I'm a
terrorist. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I
No,
gotta do it too.
I was just thinking, I
Don't
felt
tell
something.
anyone.
I thought I felt that bee on my head from last week. I just felt something in my hair, but it was nothing.
It's top secret information. Sorry. I can't
Anyway,
talk
I
about
thought
that.
body modification, maybe you can knead the body. You think it's possible that you can go ahead and massage it in such a way
yeah.
that will permanently alter it?
You have to be very strong, I'm sure.
You would. But it sounds interesting, and Nicole is 100% right. It says every year Tattoo
Maybe
Mania
it's
will select a
piercing.
charity. And it says this year we have partnered with Ink for Autism and have chosen Autism Speaks as our beneficiary. So
Yeah.
I guess it's a good cause. I saw that it does cost. It's $20 a day, but you can get a 3-day pass.
Nice.
And I guess they'll probably be tattooing on the spot.
Oh,
So-
that's the other thing. Yeah, if you want to get a tattoo, it's like a little bit more affordable because I guess they're gonna have all the best tattoo artists there. But you can schedule something and get it done right there.
So let me ask the obvious. I mean, this girl is she you have to be attractive, I guess, to be a tattoo model?
Very pretty. Yeah.
Is she?
She's very
I
cute.
found a
You have a
picture of
picture?
body modification.
Okay, show us what. And by the way,
that's
all right, there we go.
gross.
Anybody that's curious what body modification
That's
looks
what I
like,
thought. It was piercing. That's what
you
I
can
thought.
go on our website, which is www.theknownothingshow.com.
Yeah, you guys want to see that
Theknownothingshow.com.
picture for sure.
We have an amazing picture up there, and we have look like nails coming out of different parts of this
How
guy's
do
body
people,
and all
like,
over the face.
Do that to their face.
That is pretty.
I don't-
She has horns.
Freddie, are you saying she? I thought it was a dude. Is it really
think
a
No, that's
she?
a woman.
What do you think, Nicole?
It's
Woman
a
or man?
woman, I think, but you never know nowadays.
Well, she was modified.
She was modified.
They actually, you know what? They insert cheekbones now. Like it's a weird, like lines that come up, high. Like Angelina Jolie has in this new movie. It looks like she has these like lines that make her look like a demon. They
That's-
do that now.
Yeah, I imagine so. I have heard of that. It's still, I don't know. I don't listen. Piercing's okay in the right places, but that looks kind of creepy.
Well,
Not when they do the big ears.
yeah, those big rings in the ears.
Yeah,
stretch out
rings
their
in the ears.
earlobes.
I know. It's fine,
It's
but
so freaky.
I think it's it's okay to consider in your adult and when you're young. But the problem I have is who wants to see a 50 or 60-year-old
Exactly.
woman like that?
All stretched out.
Yeah, and especially too, in fact, I remember I had this conversation with Bambi the Burlesque because she has like a flower. No, she had a little bird. I think it was a hummingbird, on part of her boob. And what happens? I said, what happens when that cute little thing turns to like a
Starts sagging down.
crow when you get older?
Right? I know.
Starts off as a
Look like a
hummingbird
dog,
and
it'll
turns
turn into a Shar-Pei.
yeah, exactly. Very good. There we go. There's one for you. Now, anybody that wishes to call us can reach us at 561-844-6167 in the Palm Beach area or toll free 800-889-0267. Now, we don't have a tattoo model, but I do know that the lovely Nicole does have one tattoo. Do you not?
I do.
All right.
I do.
Listen, if the tattoo model was here, we were going to put her on display. I think it's only appropriate that we see the lovely Nicole's tattoo. Come on, you're not a shy girl. I
I'm
know
not
that.
shy.
All right, so
No, I'm not that
stand up
shy.
and bend over. I don't know.
What are you going to give me for that?
That's
Ellen?
right. All right, so here, Nicole, anybody that wants to see
You
it,
wanna see it?
www.theknownothingshow.com. Okay, so Nicole's turning around. She's bending over. Got to pull down the pants just a little bit. Now, it's a lovely flower. Can you see that okay, Freddie? It's
see
coming
it.
out nice. Okay, now, Nicole,
Yeah.
what exactly is that? What's it a tattoo of?
That is a lotus flower.
It's a lotus. And what symbolism does the lotus flower have?
Well, in like the Hindu and Buddhist traditions, a lot of the deities, like Buddha and all different deities, there's Taras, there's different ones, but they all sit on a big lotus flower, like, throne.
So lotus flower is a flower that grows in Asia? Is that where it is?
It grows in Asia also. I think it's similar to like a lily.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of thing that sits in like the pond?
So the story is that it grows up out of murky water into like bright light. So it symbolizes coming out of like the murk and the darkness and coming into the light and enlightenment. Basically, because it rises to the sun, it like rises to the occasion. Although like there's no condition down there that should allow it to thrive, it will like make its way
So
up
despite
into
the
light.
environment, it
Exactly.
reaches up for the sun, reaching for the heavens.
Yes.
Now I know that's part of that stuff you're into, the
Yes.
Mid-Eastern philosophy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's quite nice. Now,
Oh.
how old were you when you got your little lotus flower?
I was, I think I was like 25.
Okay, so you're 25. So when
Yeah.
you showed it to your mom, what did mom say?
She thought, well, she didn't want me to really get a tattoo.
Did she know you were getting it? Did you talk to her ahead of time?
You know what? I don't recall. I don't even know.
Yeah,
And then I got the outside. You know what's encasing it? I got that years later. First,
I mean,
I
they
just
did
got
the flower first, and
yeah.
then they put it in a case.
Yeah.
And what made you want to put it in a case? Seriously.
The funny thing is, okay, if you ever look at a box of Yogi tea, and you go inside the box.
Honestly, sir, I've never looked at Yogi tea. What's
Yeah,
Yogi?
Yogi
I know our producer knows Yogi Berra, but
knows
what's
Yogi
Yogi
tea.
tea?
There I know.
Well, inside the box, inside the flap, okay, there's a lotus flower, and around it is like what is around mine. But I didn't know that was what it was. One day I was having like, I thought an epiphany, like a religious moment, you know?
Yeah.
And I was outside at night by the pool, and there was like a lotus flower with that encasing around it, just cut out and colored in all different pretty colors. And I like, wow, this is a sign. This is a sign. And it made me realize that I wanted to become a yoga teacher. And
Okay.
I decided after that to enroll in teacher training, and that was my thing. And I was like, this was my sign. So I'm going to get this casing as soon as I graduate from yoga school. And then, like, a couple of weeks later, I saw a box of Yogi tea. I opened, and I'm like, oh,
Oh, you
this
saw
is where
where
it's
it is.
from. Like, I just thought it appeared out of the
Now, did you had your tattoo done down here or somewhere else?
Yeah, a guy named Pooch did the flower. He's
Hey, if you got to have a tattoo, you got to have a guy
Pooch
done
is
it
the
by a guy
man,
named
actually.
Pooch. Is he the man
he's hard
in the
to get
area?
an appointment with. He's
Seriously?
Yeah.
All right,
He's
well,
very
that's good.
world renowned.
You got to get a tattoo from Pooch.
Yes.
Yeah, from Pooch. Yeah, it's
You
what
need
I
a
needed.
Poochie tattoo.
Well,
Poochie,
you know,
Poochie.
listen, Richard isn't here. You know, well,
No, Richie is your tattoo.
my tattoo. You know, he's a wart on my behind, Freddie, is what he is. I'll tell you what. Why don't we take our first break now, and maybe Richard will be here in the near future. So let's go to our break and stay tuned. We got plenty of show.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive of results. And they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins and Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. This is the Know Nothing Show with practicing attorneys Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman. Elkins and Friedman have been helping folks throughout Florida for more than 30 years, and they're here now to share their knowledge and experiences with you. Stand by for more information and fun.
And we're back. I'm still here. The lovely Nicole is here, but Mr. Friedman's nowhere to be found. And we're going to just have to rag on him as soon as he gets here. You know, we were just talking during the break about a couple of examples of body modification, and the lovely Nicole said that Marilyn Manson is supposedly had a rib removed so that he could perform oral favors on himself.
Yeah.
And that's something I actually heard. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
It is. Well, if you know you're the best, and you know.
Yeah, I guess so. And then another one that came to mind when we were talking about it was Bruce Jenner. You know, it's been all over the news that he had his Adam's apple shaved because, you know, at least the rumor is that he wants to, you know, become a woman.
Yes.
But he did have the Adam's apple shaved, and to me it's kind of weird.
Do it? That's weird, I guess.
It is weird, but no
up.
shortage of weirdness. And before we leave the subject of tattoos, you know, I did a little research. Do you know that the oldest known tattoo was found on a mummy, and that mummy's name is Oetzli? And I have Freddie, the producer, has his picture up, which you can see at the KnowNothingShow.com. And it's known, his tattoos, to go back 5,300 years. Wow. And this guy on screen, he's actually pretty well preserved.
Yeah.
But it said his tattoos are comprised of horizontal and vertical lines, and they're not sure exactly what they meant. But, you know, when you think how far tattooing goes back, this was an Iceman. And then it said that, I found this fascinating, the belief is that tattoos were created at the same time as a form of acupuncture and practice to relieve painful joints. So maybe they put the markings in there, the incisions, but it was done around the same time as acupuncture. And then the story just went on to talk about in ancient Egypt, you know, the mummies were found with extensive tattoo works on them, and they were done for ritualistic purposes in the Egyptian society. And then in Asia, it said Japan's originally tattoos were found on many clay figures, not necessarily the body, and of course everything found its way over to us, and I guess it's quite the thing to do, quite the rage.
Wow. So where did they find this guy? What part of the world?
Ozzy the Iceman. You know, it says mummy known as Ozzy. Let's see where they found him. See, I'm not prepared, Nicole. And by the way, I will tell you this, so it said he had 57 tattoos.
Wow.
57. Now let's see where he did come from. It says the Iceman was the most primitive mummified human discovered in Europe. So they found him in Europe. So goes back, quite a ways. All right, enough of tattooing. The next, and I think the most interesting story of the night that I'm going to share with our audience is about a woman named Maria Montanez Colon. And this story takes place in Punta Gorda, Florida. And I know Freddie has a picture of Maria. So you cannot make this stuff up. But she was arrested last Friday night for misuse of 911 number. And here's the story. She allegedly asked a responding officer for sex because she had not been, quote, penetrated in years.
Oh, my God.
I can say that without beeping. That's the story.
Oh.
So the story goes is that this woman was arrested by calling 911. It says she describes herself as, quote, horny, and she allegedly summoned an officer to her home and tried to have sex with him, pleading, quote, I haven't been penetrated in years. Go figure.
Wow.
You see her screen, if you see her picture on the screen. So she was arrested Friday night, and an officer apparently drove to her home after being reached by a dispatcher. And she used the story, or what brought the officer out. She wanted her late husband's Corvette back after giving it to her son. So apparently the officer showed up. He was, I guess, a nice-looking guy, okay? And apparently she was drunk when she answered the bell. It says when he arrived, she started immediately making sexually suggestive comments such as, quote, "You are sexy. Are you married?" Okay, but it says she saved the most lascivious for when he asked, "Ma'am, how can I help you?" She allegedly grabbed the police officer's arm and tried to rub her hands across his chest and he said, "Hey, you're appropriate. Your behavior is appropriate." I'm stumbling over my words. I can't get
Not
over
appropriate?
it.
Is that the word?
And she goes, quote, "I know I'm bad." And before leaving, the officer gave her the business card and advised her to call the non-emergency line because it wasn't an emergency, trying to get the car back from her son. Despite the advice, she called a second time to say to the 911 operator that the police officer ticked her off. She actually, their word started with P, but he ticked her off. So then the officer comes back to the scene with another officer. And again, the same thing. And this is okay. I'm gonna read this, but I'll be careful. She says, quote, to the other officer, "He was a perfect gentleman, but when I asked him to F me, he turned me down, so that made me angry." At that point, the police officer slapped on the handcuffs, and she was arrested.
She liked that.
Brought to the Charlotte County Jail.
That's what she
So,
wants.
I'm
sure she'll get some in the jail.
No, I don't know. I mean, take a look. But that raises the...
She's gonna go to jail. She's gonna get more than she knows to go to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you think she's getting it? But
With a broomstick.
Take a look at this woman. This woman looks like she hasn't gotten any in about 700 years. The mummy looks better.
Actually, all right.
God.
So I guess the question is the mummy or this woman, Freddie? I don't know.
The mummy, hands down.
The mummy
The
hands down.
mummy.
That's mean. That's very mean of us. I don't know. We're doing a mean show here. Now, okay, here's a tougher question. The
Sick show
mummy,
is another
the
word.
mummy, my partner Richard Friedman, or this woman, Nicole? You got to
The
pick.
mummy.
Do you ever see?
Still the mummy.
Do you ever see? Do you ever play this game before? It's let me see how I can say this. It's kill 'em, F 'em, or marry 'em.
Oh,
You
yes.
ever that game?
Yes.
So Nicole, I'm going to play this game with you. We've got the mummy, we've got Richard Friedman, and we have Miss Montanez Cologne.
That's why I have to pick. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta pick. You're
why do you
forced
put
to
me in?
marry
Then I'm
him.
making you do it afterwards. Okay. I guess kill the woman. I don't
All right.
want that one.
Yeah,
Because
sorry,
the other one's
ma'am.
already dead. I guess I'd marry the dead one.
The woman.
That means me and Richard.
All right, there
getting
you
it
go,
on.
Richard. All right, time to move on.
Your
I think it's
turn.
time to move
Your
on.
turn.
Richard.
In your face. Come on.
Yeah, Richard, I'd have to kill him for being late. I don't know. The mummy, I guess you can marry him, get the marriage annulled. And I guess I'd have to have
Get with the
relations with the woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just stick a fork in my eyes. I don't know.
Stick a bag in
All
her
right.
head.
Enough meanness. Okay, I guess we'll move on. We'll move on to our next story. Now, Richard's been late, but I don't think he's ever been here. It's almost 7:30. Okay, I can't believe it, Richard. I know you're out there. I mean, come on, call us up. What's going on? What lame excuse? Now, I'm going to say we'll talk about the Academy Awards when Richard gets here because his little face lights up when you talk movies, and I know you know a lot about movies as well. So,
Yeah, a little.
what do you say? Now, Nicole, didn't you want to talk about a story? You had a story for us. You want this story that you were
Yeah, I'll
telling me
talk
about?
about this story.
Nicole's
This
going
is
to
a
do
very
a story for the
interesting story.
audience. All right, take it away, Nicole.
Walter Williams, this poor man in Mississippi, was declared dead, but later woke up in a body bag.
And Freddie, you have a picture of him.
Freaky is this.
There he is. Oh, my goodness.
Oh my God! So this poor man, they were getting ready to embalm him, and all of a sudden he's in the bag, kicking
In the
and
bag.
screaming, kicking to get out of the bag. So they unzipped the man, and I guess he was like, "Hey, I'm still alive."
Popped right out.
I'm not dead yet.
You know, I don't remember. When this guy, I don't think, was he married, not married? Maybe he was dead in the bedroom? I don't know. It doesn't actually
They
say,
didn't say,
does
they
it?
didn't go into detail. I don't think. I saw the interviews they did on the internet of his friends. They didn't show a woman. I don't know.
They actually interviewed. Yeah, here they felt a pulse, and what are you gonna? And this was, I guess, in Lexington, Lexington, Mississippi.
Rocked their world, I'm sure.
All right, there we go. So that is Nicole's story of the day. You better feel for a pulse. Now, speaking of a pulse, I have a repulsive story. You know, I live in Boca Raton. And on occasion, it's been a while, but I'll eat a Panera Bread. You've heard of the chain Panera Bread? Nationally huge chain.
Go there.
Well, guess what? They shut down the one near my house for a few days. Why did they do that? Because they found 34 live roaches in Panera.
Ew.
Yeah, 34 live roaches.
Boca is the rat's mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
That's where
No,
they
wait a
go
minute.
to play.
I just saw a look on Linda Bordop's face. Lynn, have you eaten at Panera in the near
Boca
future
Raton.
or the near past?
Nasty. I wonder if they put that stuff in
I have
the bread.
eaten there, but I'm not going to go back.
I know.
I just had lunch there.
And Freddie just
I
had
feel
lunch.
sick. Thank you very
You
much.
have a little roach with your lunch, Freddie?
Yeah.
Now, what it says here, the restaurant
trust
was
any of those
recently
places.
shut down after the inspectors found 34 live roaches, the majority behind the oven. But here's the bad news, everybody. They were near the bread prepping table, too, and the front counter by the soup and egg station.
You got the man Richard on the line.
You got Richard on the line, speaking of roaches. Richard, are you there? Richard, are you there?
Yeah, tell Nicole I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Say,
I'm waiting, Richard. Patiently.
Tell not to start until I get there.
yeah, Richard, wait, our show starts at
Start what?
7 o'clock. So what's your lame excuse now? What's the lame excuse?
Okay, bumper to bumper traffic. I don't know if you realize this, but there's a lot of traffic out here on the road.
Yeah, but don't you remember your partner saying, Richard, you got to leave by 5:30, otherwise you're going to be late again. What time did you leave the office? Be honest with the people.
I left at 6 o'clock.
Jeez, you left at 6 o'clock. Were you with anybody? What were you doing there at 6 o'clock?
I was with clients.
Were you really with clients? Did you make any money?
A little.
Yeah, a little.
A little.
So listen, where are you now? If anybody out there driving around, you know, and I assume people are listening to us in their car, where are you, Richard?
I'm getting off in about 5 minutes.
You mind stopping by Panera and bringing me a little something to eat? I mean,
I could go for a little nosh.
a little nosh. Now, you heard, I'm saving talking about the Academy Awards because I said...
Yeah, wait until I get there because I've got plenty to talk about.
Well, he can say it on the phone.
Nah, let's say... Are you okay, but you swear you'll be here in 5 minutes.
I'll be there in 7 minutes.
Okay, then, Rich, I'm gonna take a break, and then I'm gonna do my story about 2 guys sexually abusing cows. I know you don't care about that one.
I just wanted to mention, in the United States today, there were, with the temperature, there were record lows.
Yeah,
You know
and?
that. But
So-
in Colorado, there were record highs.
All right, that's fascinating, Richard. You've always enhanced this show. So, all right, we're going to go to our next break, and then we'll talk more about the weather.
Great news.
All right, let's...
Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. This is the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show. Time to get back to Alan and Rich for more. If you'd like to join in, just call in 1-800-889-0267 and become part of the show. That's 1-800-889-0267. Once again, Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman.
And we're back, everybody. Richard should be joining us shortly. And, you know, I got to say, it may not be the brightest bulb in the room here, because when Richard made his comment about record lows and highs in Colorado, it just flew over my head. But fortunately, Lynn, the board op, she's a lot smarter than I am, because she came in during the break and said that was a joke. So, Richard, I'll give you one of those. All right, well, we're waiting for Richard to get here. This is my second favorite article. Everybody's heard stories about, you know, farm boys abusing animals. And I read this story about two guys, a guy named Michael Jones Reed Fontaine. That's way too many names. But Michael Jones Reed Fontaine had sex with cows. Okay, and it says here, well, actually, here it is. It's Michael Jones and Reed Fontaine. So the article has them all lumped together, but these two weirdos are accused of sexually abusing cows. And of course, you know, it's on a farm somewhere in upstate New York. It says this, that the farmer couldn't figure out why his cows seemed more anxious than usual. Says when they weren't producing enough milk as usual, he set up surveillance cameras. And, of course, what he saw shocked him. Two men rolling in the hay with livestock.
Oh, my God. Isn't that like animal abuse? I mean, can't
it
they
is.
get arrested?
It's animal abuse, and I think that the technical name, I never understood this. I should know this as a lawyer, but animal husbandry, I think, is what the crime's called. I never figured that out. But it does say they've been charged with a misdemeanor sexual misconduct. Now, you think about it. If these guys go to jail, do the other prisoners, do they high-five them, or do they beat the crap out of them?
I'd beat the crap out of them.
I think you got to beat the crap out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. It says that
Did they rape them,
the video showed they were attempting to have sex with several cows, and we have them up on the screen right now. Now, I will say they're not... You know, now, okay, Nicole, this is the way my mind works. Listen to this, Nicole. If you're Michael Jones or Reed Fontaine, do you take the cow over, what was her name? Over Mrs. Maria
Take
Montanez Colon.
Cow still.
Okay, cow. Jeez, I know that sounds horrible. It's so inappropriate. All right, but there you go.
Kind of like a cow herself.
Yeah, I feel it. But listen, there's no excuse. Now, here, these guys say, here, let me see. They're not the first guys to do this. The article mentions that in 2008, there was a Brazilian gentleman who was accused of having sex with, I'm not making this up, 400 cows. 400 cows.
Oh, that's just a sickness right there.
And he says,
Let me ask you a question. These cows, do we eat these cows these guys are having sex
you
with?
never know.
yeah, Freddie, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. I mean...
It's a fetish. It's a cow fetish.
It's...
Like a cowbell probably turns them on when like they hear a bell in the background.
Listen,
like, yes,
I mean, I'm just trying. Do you say, Bessie, get down on the hay? I mean, how does that work? Is the cow standing? Is the cow laying down?
You know, I dated a few cows in my day, but come on now.
Now it's gonna be like cow porn. Like I've seen horse porn. That's
Have you
sad,
actually
but-
seen it for the bachelor party? The
horse
woman and the
porn.
donkey, one of those things?
Unfortunately, I saw that.
Yeah, I think I saw the donkey once before.
Everybody's seen that poor donkey.
Poor donkey.
The only good news to the story is it says that. Oh wait, I thought it says here men who have sex with animals are twice as likely to develop penile cancer than those who stick to their own kind. Wow. So all I can say, yes,
and
maybe
they'll. It.
Yeah, and it'll fall off. Now, speaking of somebody who needs to develop penile cancer. Listen, Rich, our audience is applauding. Richard, I just got done telling Nicole about how you love having sex with farm animals. Is that true? Why don't you?
Oh boy, Alan.
Right
you
on
put your
time. Right
headdress
on
on?
cue.
I thought we were talking about Nicole. Okay.
What? Take
Well,
it back.
you don't even know this. Were you listening to the show where you play the game?
Yeah, that's why I drove so
Oh,
fast.
that's why you drove so
Otherwise,
fast.
I'd still be back in
In Boca Raton.
Boca Raton.
All right. Well, enough farm animal sex. Now, there was one other story that I didn't get to, and I should. Do you know that this past week, I didn't even tell Freddie this, or maybe I did, but this was the 100th anniversary of the invention of the bra. The 100th
100th
anniversary.
So how are we going to celebrate that?
Well, I don't know. We'll burn our bras, of course, Richard.
Yeah, burn your bras.
All right.
There you go.
So, do you have any interest? You want to hear a little bit about the history? It's kind of
little bit.
fascinating. Okay, the bra, if it's 100 years, the patent came about in like 1914. And what happened, women before that, I guess, wore bulky corsets, right? Corsets, am I saying
Yep,
that?
and they had to tie it from
And I've
behind.
seen those period pieces, right?
Yeah.
They uncomfortable and
Yeah.
they pull you real tight. You ever had to wear a corset even for like
Never had
any
to.
reason?
I chose to at one point, but I didn't
You
have
chose to for sexy time or
Yeah,
just to see
sexy
what it
time.
was like?
Sexy times.
All right, so that's all. Before the bra, there were bulky corsets, and they used to poke out of the woman's evening gowns. So there was a New York socialite, and her name was Mary Phelps Jacob. She patented the design, and it consisted of two handkerchiefs tied with a ribbon. Two handkerchiefs tied with a ribbon.
Nowadays, they call that a bathing suit.
I guess they do. Well, that's dental floss. And you know how much she sold this to the Warner Brothers? Now, that's a company, right? Warner.
The Warner Brothers. You're talking about the movie studio.
You think so? Warner
Oh,
Brothers?
no,
Well,
Warner Bros. No,
I think I've heard of Warner
yeah,
Bros.
they're still around. Yeah, they're in
You know way too
in all the
much about
department
bra
stores.
companies.
Yeah, Warner. No, that's a big company.
I think so, too.
Yeah, Warner Bros.
Guess what? They bought the patent for the bra for $1,500.
Wow.
Okay, $1,500.
That's a great deal.
Now we're gonna speed through history, Richard. That was in 1914. The next significant thing that happened was in 1934, the invention of the strapless bra. Okay, because I guess, right, unsightly straps, you want to look hot and sexy. You have just a
Those never work.
no
They
back
never stay
strapless
up.
bras
I
don't
hate
work.
them. No.
All right, well, but
Rather
that's
not
when
wear
they
one.
they came to pass, and believe it or not, at the same time, it said 2 years later. So in 1936, Warner developed the system of letters for cup sizes. Before that, it's like give me a small, medium, or large, I guess. So that's when they invented the A through D to denote cup size. And they say that standardization because I guess that there were a couple companies that started manufacturing bras, but I guess it's like there wasn't a standard
Probably like
size.
Playtex. What's that other company?
Yeah, I guess Playtex.
Main Form.
It said it simplified the stocks on merchant shelves because I guess you'd go to one, company. I guess they fit different. That's 1934. We're up to 1936 with the cup size. 1940, Fredericks of Hollywood. Okay.
All right, now you're talking.
Okay, you know what they did? You know what Fredericks? Can you guess? You know what they came up with? The first padded push-up bra.
Well, what a great invention.
It was. It probably was a great invention for those women who needed a little added cushion, right? Or
Sure.
Cushion, a little cushion. I guess help with the pushing. I don't know. Anyway, 1941 came the bullet bra, which was they called the underwire marvel for those girls needing a little bit more support. Needed the wire underneath the bra. That was in 1941.
Well, I remember that year like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's because that's when you were born. All right. 1949. Now, here's one of those companies you talked about, Maidenform. That was another big company.
Right.
What happened, Maidenform apparently launched an iconic commercial called I Dreamed. And they had women in bras, I don't know, visualing, and the visuals were like Cleopatra going down the aisle in her bra, firefighters fighting blazes. I never heard of it. 1949.
They didn't even have TV back then.
Maybe Mama Nicole or maybe Grandma Nicole could tell us about that, but apparently that was
could.
a big campaign
Sure.
in the 1949s. 1960, we're up to 1960, and this, ladies, was very important.
Who?
It introduced the Lycra bra. I don't know what bras were made out of before that, but I guess Lycra is a fabric, I guess, which holds its shape. Right? Lycra? I don't know what bras are made out of, but... Huh?
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah, I'm looking at Freddie, actually.
Bras, Richard, you were like chiming in. I'm sure you're like the expert.
But the DuPont company introduced Lycra, and it says that it was quite the innovation, and it said it helped bras retain their shape. So anybody that wants to call in on that, let me know.
Feel free to join in this conversation.
Now,
What? Is that the biggest one? The
biggest bra.
Wow.
Wait, Freddie has a picture of the biggest for the bra.
Oh my God.
Where is that bra found? Is this somewhere in New York City to celebrate something?
Chicago.
Okay, Chicago.
1226 triple B.
All right, that's funny. All right, now, Freddie, there was something very significant that happened in 1968. Can anybody guess what happened in 1968?
1960.
Yeah, it wasn't the friend of the bra. Uh-oh.
No, it wasn't the World's Fair.
I see that Linda, the assistant producer, venturing a guess. In 1968, we have the formation of the Women's Liberation Party, and they picketed and shed their bras in protest at the Miss America pageant in Atlantic City. So 1968 brought about the burning of the bras.
Wow.
Okay? Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Well,
I can't get over
How did that make you feel? Hot or sappy, Richard? Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Now, this is interesting. 1977, there was an event, or actually it was the implementation of something called the jog bra. Okay?
Sports bra. Yeah.
Sports bra.
Right.
And
That saved many a black eye.
Yeah, black guy, very funny, and that became immortalized at night. That was actually good, Richard. I like that.
Thank you.
In 1999, Brandi Chastain, remember at the Olympics, the women's soccer player who won?
Yes.
They just won the gold medal.
What'd you do?
And spontaneously, she yanked off her shirt to show her sports bra. And that was supposedly a big watershed moment for sports bras.
I wonder how much you got paid from that company for doing that.
I don't know, but that was apparently a huge event. 1987 was the first time that a woman was shown on television in a bra commercial. Okay, before that, couldn't show it.
Right. Now look what they show on TV. I mean,
That's so true.
Takes over.
All right. Okay, remember 1990 was the advent of the Blonde Ambition tour by Madonna. You remember that bra she had on?
oh, that's with the cones?
Yeah, by I don't want to screw up the name. I don't know. It's Jean-Paul Gaultier. Gaultier. So I guess his bra. I mean, that was a watershed moment. Okay, 1994. Can anybody here guess what product was developed in 1994? Any guesses? It's probably too hard.
1994. Gatorade.
No, Richard, we're doing a bra story.
Is it the water bra?
The Wonder Bra.
Oh, the Wonder
It was
Bra,
actually the
okay.
Wonder Bra was trademarked. Actually, here's the story. It says, although the Wonder Bra was trademarked in 1935, it was relaunched by Eva Herzakova, caught the world's attention. Ready for this? The company sold one Wonder Bra every 15 seconds.
What was so wonderful about it?
Well, because what? It lifted and it made you
lifted,
beautiful.
some-
Made you beautiful,
Together.
Richard. Even your man boobs would have benefited it. And along the same story, believe it or not,
Yeah.
do you remember they talk about? Do you remember the famous Seinfeld episode?
Which one?
Kramer dreamed up. It was called The Bro.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right,
yeah.
the bro.
Yeah,
Right.
the Bro. It was the man's ear.
Yeah.
Anybody remember,
Remember
that
that?
show?
Yeah.
And he developed it for George because George apparently.
And
had
I
a
think
chick
George
named-
still wears it.
Gynecomastia.
Yes, and is that what's the name for that?
Gynecomastia.
Oh, that's right. You probably did a few of those in the office. Did you ever see a guy come in that you just kind of snickered and said, "Look at the boobs on that guy"?
Tried not to, but yeah. sometimes
Seriously?
It's pretty obvious.
Now,
thing
listen,
about
I don't want to
a
be
bro.
too crude, and I know we're up on our next break, but if you had to say cup size, what's the biggest man you ever saw walk into the office?
Oh, maybe like a B.
All right, a B cup. All right. Well, Richard will take it. All right, let's go to our last break, and we'll come
And we're
back.
going to talk about the Academy Awards.
Yes, we will, Richard.
Yes, sir.
Please welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet network that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet television production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes and live streaming, as well as tape productions. Let AMP2 TV handle all of your television production needs. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv. Or call them at 1-866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422. Life is so overwhelming right now, isn't it? Emotional and financial challenges too much? More debt than you can possibly handle? Are you facing divorce or another family law problem? Injured and don't know where to turn? There is a source of solid, affordable legal guidance. At Elkins & Friedman, an experienced lawyer will explain options and treat you with respect and dignity. They help people throughout Central and South Florida solve those problems. This is a law firm you can trust, where they actually pick up the phone when you call. They have a 30-year record of positive results, and they make legal costs manageable for people from all walks of life. Make the call, 954-372-2630. When you visit, you might even meet Tiffany, the office mascot. Elkins & Friedman take the intimidation and the worry out of getting the legal help you really need. Call 954-372-2630 and begin to make sense of your life. Offices in Fort Lauderdale, Boynton Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. Non-lawyer spokesperson. You're listening to the Alan Elkins and Rich Friedman Know Nothing Show, with two longtime attorneys who are here to share their experience and knowledge and some fun along the way. The toll-free number, if you want to participate, is 1-800-889-0267.
And we're back for our final segment now. During our break, Nicole, we're back on. Nicole made a beeline for the bathroom. Everything worked out fine, I hope?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Good there.
And Richard was up to no good.
Yes.
Listen, I made
What?
a vow, because we always do too long on the stories, but there are only two more significant bra events. You want to hear them?
Sure.
And then we'll go to the
Make
Academy
it
Awards.
quick.
All right. In 2001, a significant moment for Victoria's Secret. And you know what that was? 2001 was the year that they had the first Victoria's Secret fashion show.
That was on the computer.
Was it? It wasn't on
No.
TV then? And at the
No, I think it was on the internet.
and at the time, just to show you again, we're going back 10 years. Giselle Bundchen, Heidi Klum, Tyra Banks, Molly Sims were just some of the women
Angel
that.
bra.
Huh?
The angel bra.
Yeah, the angel bra. Now, of course, they wear, like $1 million bras. And I got to admit, I'm a pig. I watch the Victoria's Secret show.
Doesn't make
You're a
every
pig?
day.
I didn't know that.
I'm a pig.
God.
I admit it. But
How much does it cost to buy the angel bra? Do you know?
It's like
To-
$50.
wait, what kind of
average.
bras? $50?
Those angel
Angel
bras,
bra.
they're about 50. I mean, you
Oh.
mean the one with the wing? That's not a bra.
It's
That's-
angel bra. It's like lives.
Yeah,
angel
no, they're-
50 years
Lives and
old.
separates. All right, Freddie. And then, for whatever reason, they said 2010 when Katy Perry did her California Girls video, I guess she had a bra equipped with whipped cream shooters. I don't know why they point that out. And then finally, in 2014, they are going to debut, you ready for this?
Yes.
Something called the Booty Bra. The Booty Bra. And you know what it does? This is for a woman's behind. It's going to separate and lift the butt cheeks. Okay? Anybody? I don't know. So I guess, I don't know. For whatever it's worth, that's 2014. That's my bra story, Rich.
Why would you want to separate them?
Well, that's
leave them alone.
it's a good point. I could see lifting.
But why keep it open?
You're right. Why does it say separate the butt cheeks? I don't know.
Okay, we got
We'll save that for another show.
Yeah, we will. We'll think about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Richard, although we
Yes.
have other shows, I know you've been chomping at the bit in the 10 minutes you've been here to talk about the Academy
My
Awards.
favorite night of the year is coming
It's
up.
this Sunday night.
The Academy Awards.
Okay, so
Live
listen.
from Hollywood.
Now, I know you'll be watching it, and you're a heterosexual straight male. I can say that. I'll
Right.
probably tune in at some point and watch some of it.
Right.
Nicole, do you have any interest? Will you watch it at all?
No, watch it.
I know, and you like movies, and you've seen a lot of movies. Now, Let me ask Freddie. Freddie, do you have any interest at all in watching the Academy Awards? Okay, Freddie has no interest. And Freddie's lovely assistant producer, Linda, will you be watching any of the Academy Awards?
No, I won't.
You don't care?
What's the matter with these people?
Now, wait a second. Now,
What's not to like?
I'm going to talk to the smartest person here, which is Lynn the Board Op. Lynn, will you be watching any of the Academy Awards?
I usually watch a little bit of it. I like to watch the dresses.
That's the best part.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
red
true. I
carpet.
didn't
Red
think
carpet.
about it. But right, before the show begins, we usually...
Where they have the red carpet.
Yeah, we have the red carpet. I don't know if Joan Rivers still does it or
I
who
hope
does
not.
it, but
No,
she's
no.
getting a little long in the tooth to do it.
She does the fashion police though, which is
Yeah.
always good, like the day
Yeah,
after.
Yeah, she'll
admit
talk
it.
about the day after.
I've seen Fashion
Criticize.
Police.
Yeah.
But it is. Some of the outfits are horrendous, and then you have some that are actually quite nice, and, you know.
Look, they get them for free. What do they care?
You're right. And, hey, before we start talking movies, I read this year, you know, the gift bags that they give the losers.
Yeah.
You know, this year I think they're worth $87,000.
A bag?
A bag.
What's in there?
$87,000.
What's in there?
I know that they have trips on there. I saw this on like Entertainment Weekly or one of
Right.
the shows. $87,000. So quickly, let's talk about it. Now you know what's up for Best Picture. I didn't realize so many movies were
Yeah,
actually.
they
up for
nominate
Best-
10.
It's 10, and I'm going to read them quickly. American Hustle, Captain Phillips, The Dallas Buyers Club, Gravity, Her, Nebraska, Philomena, 12 Years a Slave, and The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, first, let's talk to Nicole. Nicole, how many of these movies? You've seen probably quite a few, haven't
I've
you?
seen like half, maybe.
And what was your favorite if
The
you were
Wolf of
giving
Wall
the
Street,
award?
by far.
Wolf of Wall Street. You
I
know,
love
my
that
wife
movie.
really wants to see
That's
that,
so
and I'm
good.
usually
Three-hour
the guy.
movie,
I know
though.
there's a lot of naked
3-hour
women in it.
movie,
I'm
but
usually
it's
the
good.
guy that wants to see that. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it yet. But
Lot
you
of
enjoyed
sex.
that.
Yeah.
Think Leo was good in that,
Yes.
worthy of an Academy Award?
For
Because
sure.
a lot of people said he's been nominated a lot of times. Get
He
2
was
minutes.
great.
Richard, you also go to the movies all the time. What do you think is going to win, or what would you like
I
to
think
see
it's
win?
between Gravity and The American Hustle.
Okay.
Ah.
I heard people making fun of American Hustle
Yeah.
today. It was just a glorified actors having fun, no big deal. I loved that movie personally. I loved it. I also saw Dallas Buyers Club. I thought that was a phenomenal movie. I got to
Yeah.
admit, I did not see 12 Years a Slave. Real quickly, Freddie, do you know any of these movies, or you don't even want to guess? What do you think's going to win, Freddie?
It was good.
Gravity. I think
Did you
Gravity's
see
going to
Gravity?
win. No, but wait a minute. Lynn the Board Op. What do you think's going to win?
I haven't seen Gravity, but I'd like to, but I think they're going to win a lot.
Okay. And here's what, let me just tell the audience, because
Yeah.
I heard this too. The way that they vote for Best Picture, when they vote the day before, believe it or not, they can vote up to the day before.
Yep.
It's a weighted system. So a lot of the thinking is Gravity's going to win because you vote for first, second, and third, and then they combine them. Okay? So in other words, they said that 12 Years a Slave,
Yeah.
a lot of people love it. A lot of people just don't want to deal with the topic. So even though it'll get a lot of first place votes, it won't get any second or third. But Gravity's on everybody's list, so it's predicted
I
that
know.
Gravity
That's
will
my
win.
prediction. Gravity.
All right, we have time for any more show, anybody? Any
No,
any
1
more
minute?
show? We got 1 minute. Best actor. Who do you think's going to win Best Actor?
I know. You don't think Matthew McConaughey
I
will
do
win?
think Matthew
I think he will.
McConaughey. You like Leo?
Yeah, I like Leo though.
Okay, the
No.
only slam dunk, they say Clay Blanchett, why can't I say her name? Mrs. Blanchett is going to win Best Actress. We got to wrap it up. And Jared Leto is going to win Best whatever. Supporting. I think we're out of time, everybody.
You out of time?
We'll
Geez,
see
where
you
did the
next
hour
week.
go? Of course, I only got here 20 minutes ago.
That's right.
So
That's why
it's
it
a
was
quick
a
hour
short
for
hour,
me.
Richard. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody.
Take care, everybody. See you next week.
You've been listening to the Elkins and Friedman Know Nothing Show, where maybe you learned a little something in spite of them. To reach Alan Elkins or Rich Friedman at their offices, call 954-772-6014 or 561-738-5988. Out of area, call toll-free 1-800-922-1277 or go online to elkinsandfriedman.com. Friedman is spelled with 2 E's. Be back here next week for more from Elkins and Friedman and their Know Nothing Show.